Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakapadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutation to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. And what I want to get into this morning, is, old Jerusalem, our homeland. You know, when we watch, particular movies, especially dealing with Marvel, you know, any movies, any time period, movies, and a lot of inspiration, especially from the men, is either defending their homeland or trying to get back to their homeland. You go into what's that, Thor, okay, and it's all about, Ragnarok. That was the homeland. When you go into the movie Thor, and the things that they were doing, it was all motivated, um to restore, or either upkeep, you know, Ragnarok. You go to movies like um what it is, Aquaman, you know, and it's about the restoration, of their capital, the homeland. You go into war, all right. A thing that's why you hear, today, they refer to countries, by their capital city. You know, you listen to the news, and it'll say, well, news out of Moscow, which is the gospel, the capital of Russia. Okay, news today out of Iran. I mean, out of Tehran, which is the capital of Iran. You know, news today out of Berlin. It referred to, these countries and the people by the capital city. And you go into dealing with Israel, it's Jerusalem. When you speak of Jerusalem, okay, you're speaking about our capital, man, and there's an attachment to that. Our spirits are attached to that land. And that's why as we have awakened to who we are as a people, and we start walking, in the faith and obedience, and we get back to our customs, the order, you know, moving how we did, when we was, home, and just us mourning to get back home, man. Our spirits want that land. Like, that's why in war, when you take your enemy's capital city, that would demoralize, the opposing army, because hey, the capital city, it represented your culture, it represented your history, okay? It was your spirit, was on that capital, man. It represented your wealth, your government. It represented everything, man. And that's how Jerusalem is for us, man. You know. And now our spirits long to get back to not only that physical place, but that state of peace. Because you go to Jerusalem in the Hebrew, Yerushalayim, okay. Yerah goes into teach, all right. Shalom goes into peace, okay. And then you go into what, the city, all right. Peace. This pretty much the city that teaches peace, man. All right. So we're gonna go back to that land, not only to that land, but we're going back to that status, that we had, in our former days, as the scriptures go into that. We're going back to that culture. We're going back to that peace. We're going back to that brotherly love. We're going back to big families and rejoicing in one another. We're going back to those things, man. So as we read these scriptures, it's all about, the true people returning to their land and ruling the earth out of their land in righteousness, man. You know. So when you go here to Isaiah, because this what inspired the lesson, I read this the other day, Isaiah 66 and 10. It says, "Rejoice ye with Jerusalem, and be glad with her. All ye that love her, rejoice for joy with her. All ye that mourn for her." So now we in the spirit of mourning for Jerusalem, and Jerusalem been mourning for us. As we look at, the condition, we look at Jerusalem now, you got these heathens in our land, you got goddamn Christian Islam and, goddamn small hats, Tel Aviv over there in our country, man. The land is barren, it's dusty, it got it ruined, this westernized, man. Okay, and we mourn for it, man. But we come to a time where we're finna rejoice, and that's why in this third world war, the Lord finna clear that place out, man. And it's gonna be on our behalf, man. That place is gonna be cleared out, man. It's gonna be purged with fire, and it's gonna be rebuilt, okay, in glory, man. With precious stones, gold, silver, okay, the best wood. Okay, the Lord gonna give us, the men, their wisdom when it comes to architecture, man. To where, hey, Jerusalem gonna be decked out, man. But right now, we in the case of mourning for Jerusalem, man, and Jerusalem is mourning for us. When you get the book of Baruch, chapter 4, all right, verse 6, it says, I started at 5. It says, be, because first, as we repented, okay, now, we're in the spirit of hope, because before we didn't have, you know, we that's why the scriptures speak about how the spirit, brought us back to life, and pretty much being brought back to life is, because your life is about your purpose, so as we tap back into our purpose of who we are and what we're supposed to be doing, that's what's giving us life, man. you know. Like we didn't have a thought towards Jerusalem, and we wasn't mourning for Jerusalem. We was living our best life in America, operating on that low frequency, man. On our low nature, which is the flesh, you know. But as we've been enlightened by this word, now it's like, man, we need to get back home. We Jerusalem, like that's us. Like our spirit's been awakened, like aroused, man. You know. So you go into the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse verse 5 said, be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. You were sold to the nations, not, okay, you were sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies. For ye provoked him that made you by sacrifices unto the devil and not to the Most High. Ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and you have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. Because Jerusalem is likened unto a mother unto us, man. Jerusalem, which above is free, is the mother of us all, man. You know? Oh, it's lucky. So our disobedience got us put out the house, man. That land nourished us, which means it gave forth this strength, man. Livestock were flourishing, man. The resources, man. All the things that we needed, our essentials. We had those things in abundance, man. The grape, the vintage, okay, that good wine, man. And I say the livestock, the crops, the fish, everything, was giving itself abundantly. That land was nourishing us, man. When we was on point, when we was in good standings with Yahweh Shema Shai, but as we begin to be influenced by the heathen, okay, and started to mimic the heathen, okay, then eventually the Lord just cast us away, man. We went into the Syrian captivity, the northern kingdom. Then they never came back, in that land of Samaria. Then the southern kingdom went into the Babylonian captivity, came back, and then eventually, we was ran out of there under the Romans, man. Okay? Today the Lord just cleared us out their land, man, for our disobedience, you know? And when you keep reading, it says, ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and you have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. For when she saw the wrath of the Most High cometh upon you, she said, hearken, O ye that dwell about Zion, the Most High have brought upon me great mourning, man. So that land has a spirit, man. And that land is missing its people. And that's why that land is not in that nurturing spirit. They got to get trees imported, certain things imported. That's why even with that with the going into the Red Sea. Okay, what you got, Yemen, attacking certain ships, and ships got to go a long way. That's having a major effect on Israel. All right, economy. Those small hats is having an effect on the economy of the state of Israel because their land doesn't produce a lot. So it depends on those imports, man. But we was in the land and we was in good standing. Hey, that land brought forth everything we needed, man, in abundance, man. And we'll get that going back to the times of Solomon. Hey, we had, matter of fact, let me get it, man. Let me get it. All right, let's just get it. Okay, this is the book of First Kings, chapter 4. All right, First Kings chapter 4, verse 20 said, Judah and Israel were many as the sand which is by the sea in multitude, eating and drinking and making merry. Let's read this in the NLT. The people of Judah and Israel were as numerous as the sand of the seashore. They were very contented with plenty to eat and drink. Their land was nourishing us because everything that we love comes from the earth. Clothing that comes from the earth. The cotton, the silks, okay, the linen, okay, the badger skin, leather, all those things come from the earth, man. You know, all those things come from the land. Okay, keep reading on. And all right, verse 22. Now it says, and Solomon's provisions for one day was 30 measures of fine flour. All right, and this is all okay, in house, man. All these things came, from Israel, man, from Jerusalem, because King Solomon is in the capital. It says, for one day was 30 measures of fine flour, okay, and three score measures of meal, all right, the desserts, and it says the breads, it said 10 fat oxen, okay, and 20 oxen out of the pastures, okay, and 100 sheep, besides hearts and roebucks, which are deer, okay, and fallow deer, okay, and fatted fowl, which is poultry, it goes to your chickens, probably quails, you know. It says, for he had dominion, okay, well, yeah. So you read this again. I'm reading NLT. It says the daily food requirements for Solomon's palace, because he had those servants, his wives, his estates, So this was daily for his estates, man. Daily. Okay. All right. And we probably don't eat this much in, just our small families. We probably don't even eat this much, in 20 years, man. What what was being provided daily for Solomon's estates. So you had his wives and servants, the children, you know. And it says the daily food requirements for Solomon's palace was 150 bushels of choice flour, 300 bushels of meal, also 10 oxen from the fattened pens, 20 pastured fed cattle, 100 sheep or goats, as well as deer, gazelles, roe deer, and choice poultry. Okay, so that just shows you the state we was in. When we talking about getting back to Jerusalem, it's not just talking about putting our feet on that land. It's talking about getting back to these conditions, man, to this status. Israel being married, all right, is the sand of the sea. So families were first flourishing, man. When it speaks about being sand of the sea and being married, because it's order. The woman, in order under the husband, the children in order under the woman, okay? The whole house in order under the man. That's why they was able to be married and be peace, because that's what order breeds is peace. Okay, not like this dysfunction of today. Okay, so when it speaks about going back to Jerusalem, man, it's talking about going back to this status, man, going back to this state, this condition. All right, so this time it's even gonna be, better. Okay, now read verse 25, and it says, "And Judah and Israel dwelt safely, every man under his own vine and under his fig tree, from Dan even to Beersheba, all the days, all right, of Solomon, all the days of King Solomon." And you read in the NLT, it said, during the lifetime of King Solomon, All of Judah and Israel lived in peace and safety. And from Dan in the north to Bathsheba in the south, each family had its own home and garden, okay, which is resources, man. And it all will come from the earth because the land was in a nourishing spirit because we was there, the true people was there, and we was in good standings with Yahweh Shem Al Shai. Okay? And this is what we're fighting to get back to, man. The hell with this shit. Ain't nothing here, man. Okay? Ain't nothing here, man. You have your little moments, and the only moments you really have of enjoyment is around the believers, man. True enjoyment is around the believers. Okay? And it's in moments because you got to still deal with the hell and the toil and, the hustle and bustle of this life, man. But what we're fighting to get back to is that condition, man, that we was in, that status that we was in, man. You know? So going back, all right? So when we talk about how, okay, Baruch 4 and 10, it said, For I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, all right, which the everlasting brought upon them. With joy did I nourish them. We was nourished. We was good. We was well off, man. We had our own, man. We was doing our own thing amongst ourselves, man. Okay? We was good. All right? The heathen was subdued. Okay? When you go back to that era, under King David, the heathen was subdued. Okay? Israel was at peace. All right? No one dared to, you know, try to intervene with their peace, man. We was good. Okay? It says, For I saw, um, verse 12 said, Let no man rejoice over me, a widow and forsaken of many, who for the sins of my children am left desolate, because, okay, they departed from the law of the Most High. They knew not his statutes, nor walked in the ways of his commandment, nor tried in the paths of discipline in his righteousness. Let them that dwell about Zion come and remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting have brought upon them, for he have brought a nation unto them from far, a shameless nation, and a strange language, who neither reverence old man nor pity child. Now that happened during the time because Baruch, was pretty much a scribe, under Jeremiah. So this happened, during the Babylonians, a strange nation. Those Babylonians came and took down, the southern kingdom. Okay, but then it happened again, 70 A.D. Okay, and this time we was far removed from that land. Okay, so the land itself is crying out, like a mother crying out for her lost children, man. It says, These have carried away the dear beloved children of the widow, and let her that was alone, all right, and left her that was alone, desolate without daughters. But what can I help you? For he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies. And see, now it always, when you go into the scriptures and speak about our downfall, it always gives us that hope in the end. Now we in that time of the end, man, which we hope, in their return, you know. And it says, Go your way, O my children, go your way, for I am left desolate. I have put off the clothing of peace, okay, the peace we enjoyed, especially on the time of King Solomon, and put upon me the sackcloth of my prayer. I will cry unto the everlasting in my days, and that land is crying out, man. That land is barren, it doesn't have that plushness, that it had when we was there, man. Okay, showing you that the earth has a spirit, man, especially, Jerusalem, man, you know, which is our land, which is our home, which is our capital, man, you know. And it says, um, Be of good cheer, O my children, cry unto the Lord, and he will deliver you from the power and the hand of the enemies. And this is the time that we in now. Where the Lord is getting ready to deliver us from our enemies, man. And what's going to happen? He's going to put us back in that land. Okay? That's why you go back to Isaiah 66. Okay? Isaiah 66, and I started at 10 again and read down some more. It says rejoice, okay? Because you go into the title of these precepts, it says joy in Jerusalem future, man. And that's when the true people are back in their land. This lets you know that the true people are not back, because there's no joy there. There's war and there's abomination, man. Okay? And death, scandal, you know. So reading on verse 10, it says, rejoice ye with Jerusalem and be glad with her, all ye that love her. Rejoice for the joy with her, all ye that mourn for her, that ye may suck and be satisfied with the breast of her consolation. We're going to go back and be nourished again. Okay? That ye may milk out and be delighted with the abundance of her glory. That land is going to just shoot forth those resources in abundance, man. You know, that's what the Lord has planned. You see, that's why when you go here, the land is just gonna be so excited, man, like a mother that's been separated from her children, man. And those children come back, and not only come back, they come back in order. They come back, in righteousness, man. You know, that mother would be so ecstatic, man. She would just start serving, cooking up meals, and you know, just start working, man. Getting herbs out the garden. She would just go to work, man. Like my children back. She would just go into that nourishing mode, man. And that's what that land is going to do. It's just going to go back in that nourishing mode, man, for the real people. Okay, for his sons, his true sons and daughters, man. The sons and daughters of Jerusalem are not there, man. Okay, we might have a few jakes, because we scattered everywhere, man. But the elect. Okay, because right now it's about the elect men and women of Israel not in that land, man, which are the true sons and daughters, man, the establishing, of, their righteous kingdom. You know, let's go here to Ezekiel 36, man. You link these two up. All right, this is Ezekiel 36 and 1. It says, also, thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel and say, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Shai. Thus said the Lord, because the enemy have said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are in our possessions. Okay, and the enemy is Esau Edom. Small hats, man. Okay, go back to that Balfour Declaration. Okay, when they, pretty much the British government assigned, that land, what they call Palestine, to those imposters, man, those small hats. Okay, it said, therefore prophesy and say, thus said the Lord, because they have made you desolate, and that's why their land is mourning, man. Because not only is it heathen, but the worst of the heathen in their land, man. The nation that the Lord's hate is in their land dwelling, opposing is us, man. Okay, and it says, and swallow you up on every side, that ye might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen, and you are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are in infamy of the people. And see, they made their land infamous, man, which means you're famous for wickedness, man. You're famous for a bad reputation. And you look at how the world, especially what's going on now, the conflict over there, man, the world is looking at that land, man. It's like, man, that's wicked, man. The people in this state, okay, there's wickedness that they doing, man. Like they see what's going on, because hey, the Lord is exposing everything, man. So they're looking like, man, this is complete wickedness, man. What these people are doing. And that land is becoming more and more infamous, man. Famous with a bad reputation, man. Because the people that's in it is giving our land a bad reputation, man. But the Lord finna solve everything, man. That's why Yahweh Shai is coming to execute righteous judgment in the earth, man. That's what we await, okay? It said, therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord power. Thus said the Lord power to the mountains and to the hills, to the rivers and to the valleys, to the desolate waste, and to the cities that are forsaken, which become a prey and derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about. Therefore said the Lord power, Surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea. Okay, you Edomites, man. Okay, it says, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. And I want to read this in the NLT. This is what the sovereign Lord says. My jealous anger burns against these nations, especially Edom. Especially Edom, man. Okay? So you go into the scriptures, man. The scriptures getting down on Esau, man. Okay? And that fire of his jealousy gonna be through this war, man. Okay, well that little land gonna be cleared out, man. Okay, the nation, the Lord got that place surrounded with that fire, man. Okay, the Lord got that place surrounded with fireworks, man. Okay, that all because you go into because ultimately, 1940 in 1948, all they did was pretty much, turn their place into another European colony, man. Okay, and that little colony over there has made so many enemies amongst those Arabs, man. Okay, and especially with Elam, all right, Iran, okay, which is Persia. And you go into prophetically, all right, and they gonna link up with God and make God. Okay, Gomer, which is Turkey. Turkey been voicing its opinion against those small hats lately. Even calling them occupiers, man, or imposters. Okay, the Turkey president Erdogan, all right, said, look, we know who you are, man. Okay, because you go into their history, World War I, that land was annexed by the Britons, from the Ottoman Turks. Okay, which they devils, a lot of them devils as well. Okay, but the Lord, got a spirit over there that just against, hey, the state of Israel, man. Okay, so reading on, it says, verse 6 said, prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains, and to the hills, and to the rivers, to the valleys. Thus said the Lord of power, behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have borne the shame of the heathen. Therefore, thus said the Lord of power, I have lifted up my hand. Surely the heathen that are round about you, they shall bear their shame. Yeah, because what the Lord is going to allow to be happen to their land and the people in it, they gonna bear their shame, man. Okay, you're not the people. You're not going to be protected, because you got these Christians that think they know prophecy, that think the Lord going to come to the aid of the people that's in their land now. No. Okay, those people finna be put to shame. Okay, those people finna go through famine. They finna go through suffering, and ultimately the Lord going to allow that place to be laid flat through war. Okay, and the people in it, they're going to be, they're just going to be, okay, what you call it? They're going to be fertilizer. Okay, so Lord, those people that's in there fighting over the land, okay, which is none of their land. Okay, but those people over there, those heathens that are going back and forth for the land, guess what? Uh, 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 the Lord, all right, is going to turn those people into fertilizer, man. Okay, it says Ezekiel 36 and 8, it says, but ye, now is going into the blessing that's coming for the true people. But ye, O mountains of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people of Israel, for they are at hand to come. Okay, let's read that in NLT, Ezekiel 36 and 8. But the mountains of Israel will produce heavy crops of fruit for my people, for they will be coming home again soon. So the true people are yet to come home. Okay, but the scripture say they shall be coming again soon. For behold, I am for you and will turn unto you, and ye shall be tilled and sown, and I will multiply men upon you, and the house of Israel, all the house of Israel, even all of it, yeah, because A small one shall become 1,000, a little one a great nation. Okay, or a little one 1,000, a small one a great nation. Okay, but now it's gonna be time to build. Okay, that's why I say that if you got that apartment mindset, that slave mentality, don't come on our channel, man. Okay, don't ask them stupid ass questions, man. Okay, you got that slave apartment, Martin, that Martin and Gina, okay, mentality. All right, don't come over here, man. All right, this truth is for big thinkers, man. If you knew the best thing to do is just be patient and learn, and things will be explained. If you got a sincere question, but don't come over here with your emotions and your Western mind frame of thinking. Okay, nah, man. Okay, just stay in the Black Baptist Church, man. Okay, for this small thinking, man. Like, nah, man. It's gonna be time to nation build, man. Okay, rule. Okay, expand. Okay, expand the empire, man. Okay, because the deliverance is the beginning of the empire, man. Then we're just gonna keep expanding, man. Okay, so if you still stuck in Western thought and concepts, then you're not built for this, man. We to the point now where we ain't got time like for them stupid ass questions, man, and your emotions, man. Okay, especially you women. Okay, if you don't agree, cool. Keep that shit to yourself. Who cares? All right. Uh, Ezekiel 36 and 10, it says, "And I will multiply men upon you, all the house of Israel, even all of it, and the city shall be inhabited, and the waste shall be builded." Okay, and you read in NLT, it says, "I will greatly increase the population of Israel." Okay, the Lord will hasten it in His time, and ruin the cities. It says, "And the ruined cities will be rebuilt and filled with people." Man, showing you that it's gonna be a lot of birth in the kingdom, man. It's gonna be, it's gonna be a lot of pregnancies and birth and children being born in that kingdom, man. And that's all the Lord's doing, man. Okay, verse 11 and reading NLT says, "I will not increase." I said, I will increase not only the people, but also your animals, your livestock, man. That's a food source, okay? O mountains of Israel, I will bring people to live on you once again. I will make you even more prosperous than you were before. Then you will know that I am the Lord. So the Lord said He's gonna even make us more prosperous than we were before. Okay? So, and we got so much to look forward to, man. And it's gonna be all in righteousness. We're gonna be changed, and even these look weak ass westernized thoughts that we have and these little emotions, that's gonna be all away. That's gonna be done away with. We're not gonna have this mindset, okay? Because we were brought up in filth, dysfunction, anti-Messiah, okay, culture, man. Okay, and we're transitioning, man. But when we get those new bodies, we're gonna be perfected. We're not gonna have a thought. We're not gonna have a Western thought in the kingdom, man. Okay, it's all gonna be perfected after the mind of Yahweh Shema Shah in this totality, man. And we're getting portions of it now, man. We're growing in that way now, man, to where these things are making more and more sense, man. Okay, Isaiah 66 and 12. It said that ye may suck and be satisfied with the breast of her consolation, that ye may milk out and be delighted with the abundance of her glory. For thus saith the Lord, behold, I will extend peace to her like a river, and the glory of the Gentiles like a flowing, it says, and the glory of the Gentiles like a flowing stream. Then shall ye suck, all right, ye shall be borne upon her sides and be dandled upon her knees. And you read this in the NLT. This is what the Lord says. I will give Jerusalem a river of peace and prosperity. The wealth of the nations will flow to her. Okay? So all the wealth is going to be brought to us, man. Okay, because you can get to Jerusalem from anywhere in the world. So everything is going to be brought into Jerusalem. The Lord strategically had that as our capital because it's the perfect, all right, location to rule the whole earth out of, man. Okay, so all the wealth is going to flow unto Jerusalem, man. Okay, that's what's going to happen in the world, man. This is what we're being prepped for, man. Understanding these things, man. Okay, and the true believers will have a mindset of, hey, it's time to go home. The hell with this shit. Like that's why we move. We pretty much, man. Our responsibility to this world, man. Just speaking. As a man, man, we should try to minimize our worldly responsibilities as much as possible, man. Get ready, cause we getting ready to get the hell out. That's why, yeah, you kept the Passover with your shoes on. It was time to get out of there, man. Okay, you ain't, we packed it. We packed light. Okay, like you finna forsake all responsibilities of Egypt, getting ready to get out of there, man. And this is where we at now. We finna forsake all these responsibilities, and we getting ready to get the hell out of here, man. Okay, reading on it says, verse uh yeah, is it Isaiah 6:6 and 12 in the NLT says, this is what the Lord says, I will give Jerusalem a river of peace and prosperity. The wealth of the nations will flow to her. Her children will be nursed, all right, at her breast, carried in her arms, and held up on her lap. So we're going to be pampered. Their land is going to pamper us like a woman, will pamper a young child. Like a mother would pamper her young child. All right, that land is going to pamper us like that, man. It's just going to be plush. It's going to be just so plush and so comfortable, man. It's going to be just so abundant with those resources, man. You know, and it says, um, verse verse 13 says, there's one whom his mother comforted, so will I comfort you, and ye shall be comforted in Jerusalem. And when you see this, your heart shall rejoice, and your bones shall flourish like a herb, and the hand of the Lord shall be known towards his servants, and his indignation towards his enemies, man. So now as the nation see, us in this lower state, they're seeing they're seeing us, all right, with, they're seeing us under the Lord's wrath. Like they're seeing us exist while the Lord is angry at us, man, while he's infuriated us, man. And they see us in this lower state. Okay? Well, guess what? The Lord woke us up. Now he's starting that process of us being raised up, man. And we on the come up. And this is why they want to ban the Bible, because hey, we on the come up. This is why they want to ban the Bible, man. Not for Christian beliefs, man, because hey, the house of David has awakened. All right, they're conquering righteous generation, man. Okay, and they're seeing we on that come up, but the Lord finna show the world that He's favor us, man, and He's finna show His anger towards our enemies, man, beginning with Esau, Edom. That's the condition we finna be in, man. You know? So this is what we're a part of, man. Hey, we got a homeland, we got a capital, especially as a man, because if you was in the military, man, you want to defend their homeland. You want to defend, their homeland, man. Long as you can keep your capital, man, you always had hope to eventually, you know, take back whatever else you lost, man. If you had that capital, your operating headquarters, man. You say your families, your treasuries, your culture, your history, okay? And now we've been attached to that, that gives us that spirit, to fight, the spirit, to spiritually fight, you know. So Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters was edified once again. I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to these other brothers. And peace and blessed salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.